Hi everyone, how are you? So I'm here. I'm clearing and I'm using the San Paulo. And yesterday or 2 days ago, when I went to the market and I got this beautiful thing, the other girl who teaches the yoga at Laundry Lounge, the evening sessions, I was telling her how I love San Paulo. The shamans who conducted the ayahuasca ceremony that I did a couple years ago, they used it and I had never heard of it before. I purchased some because I love San Paulo. I prefer it to the smell of sage as a clearing, ritual and ceremony thing. And then I found out some kind of like sad news that apparently San Paulo as like a tree is now like an endangered tree because of people like me in the West like buying way too much of it. And now like people, I'm not speaking in any knowing, by the way, this is just like hearsay, but I basically got information that Sao Paulo is like nearing extinction and that we shouldn't really be using it, and that and so what I bought from her is that she goes foraging wherever she is locally. She'll forage in the forests and around, and she'll pick up the natural habitat. So I bought from her like a saging stick with, I think, pine, rosemary, and something else. And then she said something else about even sage, or smudging stick, I mean. Thank you, Lynn. Yeah. Oh, love you loads. Yeah. And she said, make sure not to buy white sage, but the other sage. I need to talk to her again about this. But yeah, basically we can use any natural habitat in our forests and on our land to create these smudging sticks. And then she also said that things like rosemary and things like lavender, they have like their own properties. And just like food, I'd say, like if we're using local product, it's much more right, yeah. Well, what can we do? We can use it. I'm gonna obviously use what I have. But yeah, I just found that out, that it's near extinction, that the shamans who have been using it since forever, they basically they don't have any, like the corporations won't let the shamans use their San Paulo. And yeah, that's kind of sad information. So use up our San Paulo, and then let's move towards what Kara, the lovely German yoga teacher, recommends, where we forage in our local woodland and find things like pine and rosemary and lavender and things like that grow naturally and in abundance, and that we can create. You just wrap it up, basically. You just wrap it up in with a bit of a string, I guess, and then you have your own made smudging stick. And again, these different herbs have different qualities, and she did say something about sage as well, but I don't know enough to keep talking about it. But I felt like sharing that because you guys, I did a share about my love for San Paulo. I just recorded 1 pound on San Paulo. See, now we're all sharing it, and I'm like, it's like all these things going extinct. Of course, we're not going to buy into the fear of anything, but we would certainly not want this beautiful wood to go away. I'm trying to think, like, is that even possible? We just keep planting it or something, no? But anyway. Anywho, there you go. There's a little bit of information. Received. Received. Right. Right. Yeah, and I guess we're all buying it, and the corp is like taking over the San Paulo tree. I think I shall talk. I don't know enough about what I'm talking about, but this young woman just basically said, like, we should be just like our foods and harmonizing our food industries and trying to eat more local and grow our own veg. And member Sasha in that interview said that, to undercut the corp, we really should be reusing and using as much of our just local produce, what foods and what things The San Paulo trees are ancient, right? Now I can feel it, and I'm like, oh my God, have we completely raped it all? Have we been raping the ancient San Paulo trees? And then I think that's maybe what she was saying, is that like they're so ancient, and that our Western ways, like, let's be spiritual, everybody, and that we've all been using the sun. It's so beautiful, though. And anywho, now we know, we're spreading the word, and we can start foraging and using the natural stuff around us to create smudge sticks for clearing space. So there you have it. Bit of a downer moment, but let us pray. Let us, with the San Paulo that we have, let's use it as like mega sacred, so that we like pray that the San Paulo will continue to grow and exist on this planet for the benevolence of all, in its natural habitat for the people that it's meant to be used for. Okay? And then those of us with it will use it, and looking into shamanism. Sweet! And yeah, we can then spread the word around creating these smudge sticks out of our natural, you know, the woodland and things that grow naturally. And again, I bought for €2.50 a smudge stick that had definitely rosemary and pine, and then I'm not sure what else. So there you go. A bit of a downer to start the daily read, but hey ho, what you gonna do? You don't know until you know these things, right? So there. That's probably why it's so sacred and gorgeous. It's just, and again, we have what we have, and it's meant for us, so we shall embrace it and be uber duper thankful for it. Let's crack on with the reading, shall we? I saw you guys, Lynn, Scott, I think Love and Grace, you were there as well, my beautiful women and men. Oh, and I have amazing, all the there's only been couples, amazing, beautiful young couples who have been visiting this house for little holidays. And the new couple that just arrived are from Florida. They're really cool. And I told them the story about me getting stopped at the border with my cannabis, and they're like, oh, hey, do you know anywhere where we can get some? Like, actually, I don't, as it happens, which is rare for me, but I'm sure they'll find what they need. We always do, right? We're just looking for some loving guidance for this all to love community in my intuitive tarot readings. Thanks, Lynn. It was a joy. And all of you, actually, most of you here have booked readings, so I'm mega appreciate across the night. So today is August 5th, and what have we got? There's definitely this area that's pulling to me. We're cutting out, we're stepping into this sort of strong masculine energy to cut out the battling energy, and then we're gonna have a tower moment around the battle. I'm feeling that could be like an inner battle, and also because we're rising into this powerful, there's a fly, by the way, flying around me. Because we're rising, this is the figureheads. We've got a King of Swords and a King of Wands. These two energies, I feel like, are sort of overarching the energy, so we might be feeling quite empowered. We might be feeling inspired to take action. There's a lizard. Lizards come up recently as like an energy, so we might even look up the symbolism of lizard, because the lizard is very prominent here in the King of Wands energy, a fiery energy, right? And then we're cutting out the battling and the fighting, and also we're letting go of defensiveness. Now the bottom is all like in reverse, which to me feels like, again, energies that we're coming out of, where we've had to find all this strength. We've had to really kind of get our emotions in balance. And this Ace of Wands in reverse feels like we're also releasing, there again, like this sort of manipulative energy. The strength to me feels connected to the defensiveness energy. Like we're finally feeling like we can drop our defenses. And we're coming out of hermit mode. And also we're letting go of a feeling of like we never win. We never get to win. So why bother? And then and that energy has really drawn us into the hermit mode, but we're finally shedding these energies. And the best card in this reading today is this energy. There's a divine offer, a new beginning, something tangible. Could be money, could be a job. I know who this is for. A job. Now, also with the defensive energy above the Queen of Cups, this could be an energy around a feminine that we've released and or we've harmonized by going within into the hermit mode. Instead of being defensive, we've faced down that Queen of Cups energy, controlling and or emotionally manipulative energy in our lives. And we're kind of reclaiming our wand. We're taking, because this wand in reverse is connected to the manipulation and lack of strength. But as we release, as we've gone into the hermit, as we've really now started to release, like, I never win, and I can't, I've been the fool, and I've just been this silly person. But then we've gone within, and we're rising out. We're really rising out of this isolation and this defensive energy, right? And now we're really beginning to feel more empowered in a divine way, because we have this Ace of Pentacles here, which is saying we're now standing our ground in our divine energy. And I would say this actually has to do with our divine masculine, how we show up in the world, how we take action in the world, the things that we do in the world. Because a lot of us in this community, we do know that we've been invoking the divine feminine for healing. All this emotional healing stuff is really the rising of the divine feminine energy on the planet, which of course is bringing about a sense of divine masculine energy, which is helping us allow ourselves to just let the tower come down around the fight. We have also a Nine of Pentacles here. I feel the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse, but it comes in the reverse underneath the tower and the fighting energy, where that is telling me that as soon as we really let go of the defenses, we drop all this energy of failing, this energy of like, that we're not meant to win, we're not allowed to win, we're not the ones that get to have these good opportunities, and yet bum, bum, bum. The opportunity's right there. It's right in the middle of the reading, in essence. And then I feel like as soon as this tower comes down, which is, again, the end of fighting, the end of, like, the quarreling and the battling and all of that kind of stuff, it's like the Ace of Pentacles jumps up to the Nine of Pentacles. So that means that some of us might actually be receiving a divine gift, receiving a new job, receiving money coming in, which is helping to balance the scales and helping us to really, really, really finally let go. Way over on the side of the reading here is this Knight of Wands in the reverse. So the Knight of Wands in the reverse is, to me, the ultimate, like, in and out, baffle gaff, like, oh, I am a wand, but they're not. They're like totally wishy-washy, manipulative, playa hater energies, and those energies are now way out outside of us. They're not, it's barely in the reading, you could say, but it's there as far as, like, it's all part of these extremities around the loss of opportunities, emotional manipulation in the Queen of Cups reverse, a lack of strength, having to go within, but we're finally coming out of that energy, feeling like we're never gonna win, feeling like we're just the fool over and over and over again. And yet there's this divine opportunity making manifest that is helping us to rise into our divine patriarch. The divine patriarchal energy is obviously that harmonized aspect of self via the divine feminine, as we've healed her, as we've risen, and allowed ourselves this tower moment to finally drop and release all the fighting. Because whenever the tower is there, it's out of our control. This is all part of our collective understanding together as one. It's that there's a collective paradigm shift. There's a global paradigm shift. So the fact that there's chunks of, people call it like the soul tribe or soul families or what have you, just tribes in resonance. It's that it's one and all. So if there's a tower moment, it's because we're all going through a sense of this, this tower moment happening in our lives. And again, tower is always out of our control. It's divine. It's meant to happen. These tower moments are totally, it's like predestined, right? Hi there, how are you? Okay, and now I'm pulling a few Osho cards to get some clarity. The sharing card fell right on top of the 9 of Pentacles, okay? So the 9 of Pentacles and the sharing card I feel is totally connected. So the way that you actually embody this, like, hi, la la la, queen of the forest, like, I have all my pentacles, I'm super abundant, and I also feel like she's sovereign. So it is a female, she's got all her pentacles, she's quite independent and sovereign, and ultimately she's sovereign in her sharing. So this is very much about us invoking our divine gifts and sharing them, and then by sharing the heart of who we are, the beauty of that which we are, we then bring about this like goddess type energy that's very sovereign and independent in her financial. This is a financial card. It's money, it's material wealth and success, right? Maybe. Let's see what you're asking for, my friend. I'll see if I can whip out a card for you. All right. And then I'll share the card that flipped out over top of the Hermit, and the defensive card has to do with we need to get out of our heads. For me personally, that's things like doing our yoga. I know some of you have been away, going to the river, going to the water, going to the beaches, getting into your body, going and doing fun things. So all of those sorts of things that when we go spend time in nature, when we enjoy moving our bodies around, it helps us get out of our heads. So getting out of our heads helps us to drop the defenses and, in essence, come out of the hermit mode, because we're not just like hermiting in the darkness of consciousness, like trying to navigate this stuff like, what's happening? It's like, it's remembering that we can never sort out the issues that we're in are not going to be sorted out from the level of consciousness that the mind operates under. Hence the hermit, going within our own darkness, right? And then rising out of it so that we can let go of that state of being where we have to lock it down and defend the people or the lifestyle or whatever it is that we are. Now, the 9 of Wands is also a representative of this, you've been working hard, we've been toiling, you've been doing all of this deep inner work, so no doubt you're feeling a bit like, defending yourself. But again, coming out of that energy is ultimately leading us into this greater sense of being able to share the truth of who we are and ultimately receive greater abundance. And then we go from a 1 to a 9. So it's quite a jump that we're going to start to see. That's making me think of a windfall, like something coming in pretty quickly. So yeah, you're allowed to ask some questions, my friend. If I see it, I will endeavor to pull a card for you, okay? That's part of the fun of doing the live readings. Again, the King of Wands are overarching the reading, which to me is the fact that we're rising into this King energy. We've done all this deep emotional work to let go of the fight. We've had to heal and deal with the tower moments in our lives that have come down. We've dealt with being the fool and having failure after failure. which is like, yay, failure after failure. And that now, because we're finally able to see more clearly, we're coming out of a mental fog, I would say, coming out of the mental fog after really digging in and transforming strength and cutting out and or burning off the density of the emotions and or manipulation, control, emotional blackmail, and emotional abuse. And that, in essence, is really transforming the new beginnings to bring about material wealth and material abundance. This is really good, actually. So we're coming out of the isolation. Some of you still might be processing a bit of pain. And the pain is via the isolation. So really be willing to step into new adventure energy. Be innocent. They've come together. We reclaim our innocence, right? Reclaim our innocence to then endeavor these new energies. And then there's also these cards here to go with the flow and trust your inner guidance. Trust your inner guidance. Some of you might be traveling. Okay, because together as a collective, there's a new vision being born. The new vision being born is coming out of our fact that we've done all this divine feminine healing work. We've allowed the towers to come down. We're empowering our intuitive gifts. We're beginning to allow them to shine. We're beginning to step into that healer energy, shamanistic energy, that the witches, the whatever, those energies of the divine that are more magic, like more Christ-like, right? So we share that generosity from our spirit and our soul, which brings about these divine new beginnings and manifestations. And then we simply rise into this much more independent, sovereign state of being, which again brings about a new sense of adventure, also allows us this great innocence. I love this card so much because it really is, to me, the point of all this spiritual work. People often come to my yoga classes and are like, that's so fun. I'm like, well, yeah, we want to return to innocence. We're not going to do all this spiritual work to end up miserable moflo lovers, are we? We want to do all the spiritual work to be innocent and free. So the innocence is really coming through the sense of adventure that is going to come out of feeling more sovereign and independent once we do allow that new manifestation to drop into our reality by sharing the divine gifts that we are, trusting and knowing that we're going to take action in divine right action via all of this healing that we've allowed as a collective and as one. Traveling might be on the cards for you, no doubt. There's a sense of adventure and travel. They go together, right? Look at this long road ahead, the sense of mystery and divinity in the rainbow warriors, right? Trust your inner guidance and go with the flow, my friends. Together we are, in fact, birthing a new vision for this world. I think that's it. Any questions? I'm getting that memory from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Anyone or something? He's taking attendance and he's like, Ferris Bueller? I don't know. Okay, well that's your reading for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sending you out mega hot love vibes, virtual hugs, virtual hugs. Remember, don't compare yourself to nobody else. But, oh, not that card. Oh, I'm sure there was something. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, well, in fairness, that would res. Don't compare yourself to nobody else. That's only going to postpone your manifestations. Remember, you are a divine creator. You are completely 100% unique in your divinity and in your creatorship. Nobody else is just like you. Nobody's going to create like you. Nobody wants exactly what you want. So just be that creator. Don't compare. Don't contrast. It's only going to postpone this divine new beginning that's going to take you into your sovereignty state and ultimately heal your entire past so that you can be reborn and innocent again and go on this beautiful, beautiful rainbow-like adventure, traveling into the cosmos, birthing your new world via your own divine guidance. Just go with the flow, my friends. We got this. We so got this. Love you. Have a great day. Peace out.